gaming G22, Ninja Turtles gaming geek stuff, and travel, and we've been drinking. Hello. I am sitting here with...
Be Like Black Mike 5.
Be Like Black Mike 5. My brother, I feel like you guys have gotten to know him lately. We are having a lovely evening and watching Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And we are going to give basically our first perception, right? Our initial thoughts from watching the first 5 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
First 5. So we haven't watched them all. It looks like Paramount Plus has aired all the way up to 12. I'm assuming that's
probably the whole
first
season.
Yeah, it's probably the whole first season. And they're just like, here you go, binge them out, do your thing. But we're only gonna watch 5 because the way that the bottle is set up,
and time,
we probably wouldn't get through them all anyways.
I gotta go home.
Yeah. We started off with Apple Crown, but I wasn't prepared for tonight, so now we are on Jack and Coke.
Yep,
Jack and Coke. All right, so let's get to our initial thoughts. Be Like Black Mike 5, I will let you go first. As far as category goes, let's start off with the intro.
Awesome. The entire first episode. The entire episode is all about Leonardo.
No, I'm talking about the music.
Oh,
the
sorry.
Intro theme,
I thought we were talking about the important stuff.
Episode.
It was cool. It was cool. So the animation is slightly different than the movie, Mutant Mayhem. Just like for the movie, when I saw the animation, I was like, this is different. And then you get used to it, and then you really love it. And so I think the animation is phenomenal. The intro.
What do you think of the music?
Oh, it was great.
You like the whole, it seems kind of like scatterbrained, like kind of like ADHD type shit. Like
I feel like honestly the entire the animation style and the show and the way everything flows, I think is the same. If it's perfect, absolutely. Now back to the first episode.
No, we're not there yet. We're still talking about the intro, and I brought that up because on Instagram and Facebook groups, and just people have posted and was like, "What the." Is up with the intro, and I think those are the older people, my generation, our generation.
You're calling old.
Yeah, I'm old, and it's a bit much, but I do think it's fitting for the series. Like, they're young, they're teenagers, they're they're thinking about a lot of stuff, and it's a lot, but I think it's fitting.
Yes.
Now, moving on to what he wanted to talk about, I was ready to turn it off, honestly, because the first episode was about Leonardo, and I just thought that was the stupidest way to start a series. It was so fucking dumb.
I think we were like halfway through the first episode, and that's when it clicked that I was like, this whole episode is going to be about Leo and whatever, their situation. And I was like, I'm here for it.
Yeah, the same for me. I was like, this whole episode is about Leonardo? I'm ready for you to get the out.
So
I'm done.
They could have picked any turtle to do that for, right? Because they did each episode, the first 4 episodes was about a different turtle and their situation. And wisely, they picked Leonardo as the first to get people hooked.
It wasn't
because what if it was Donnie? Then people would have been like, all right, that's great.
No,
let me go back to gardening or something, right? I'd rather be doing something else.
I feel like they chose...
Good job, Leonardo. Good job.
No, I feel like they chose Leonardo because Leonardo thinks he is a leader. And as young as they are, they're like, okay, he is the leader because he's the one that speaks up. But at the same time, if you watched any of this, you will hear Michelangelo say...
What would Leo do?
He did say what would Leo do, but he also said something about kissing his daddy's ass. So, well, I might have
interpreted
it that way. But that's basically what he said. So, yeah, I was disturbed.
That was my phone, not my ass.
Yeah, his phone makes a sound. I was disturbed the first episode that it was about Leonardo, but once I clicked off and realized that we were going to do 4 episodes based upon each turtle, then I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. I wouldn't have started with Leonardo, I wouldn't have done that, but
you wouldn't have included him at all.
I would have included him. I would have.
Like a cameo,
like an afterthought,
a pop in. Hey guys, I'm here.
Yeah, we should probably include Leonardo, but yeah. With that being said, I will say I do like how they started the series featuring each turtle and giving them their own episode.
Because you're hooked at that point. Because now you want to see the first 4 episodes because you want to see each turtle's situation, which is smart in my opinion, because there's no way you can watch this show without watching at least the first 4. Actually, the first 5, because the 5 talks about what's her face's Bishop. There you go. Why she was pissed off.
Why she was
mad. Yeah.
Which brings us to another good category.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about how do you feel. Well, actually, I can't really say how do you feel, but I will say it about them introducing new characters.
Right.
Because if you watch Mutants in Mayhem, they kind of already introduced us to new characters and a new way of how everything is kind of being laid out, because this is the thing that's just messing with me. This is the only thing that's messing with me.
I'm just gonna let you.
Yeah, just let me go for a minute. This is the only thing that's messing with me. It's not a bad thing. It's just my brain is having a hard time wrapping, my brain around this stuff. Is that we're using old name characters, but introducing them differently, and essentially they are different characters. So like things that I've liked prior in the past with movies and stuff like that was that they were introducing us to old characters, but they were the old characters that we knew, right? So like how we ended Mutants in Mayhem with Bebop and Rocksteady possibly being on the same team with the Ninja Turtles.
Right, but that's not gonna stick.
I don't know them.
Better not stick.
Right, I don't know them to be that way, so that's weird to me. We got introduced to Angel. If you watch if you read the IDW comics, then that should be exciting for you that they're bringing old character names, not necessarily from the cartoons, not necessarily from the movies, but from the comics into the series, and I think that's really, really cool. But I also heard them use the name Hans, and Hans is freaking me out, right?
Yeah.
Hans is freaking me out.
We've been 30 minutes talking about this.
I went off on Hans because they named the character Hans, but if you read the comics, Hans is Casey Jones' daddy, and that man in this show is not a daddy. At least
you don't know.
I
don't know him.
I mean, yeah, I don't know
his life.
I don't think we've been introduced to Casey Jones yet.
No.
I feel like
if that's his daddy, we might not.
Yeah, I don't know. So I like how they're bringing other characters from other Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle universes. It's just sitting with me weird.
To be fair, we haven't seen the whole series yet.
We haven't.
So maybe you have to take that, put it in your butt pocket, and wait until the whole series to maybe they either tie it together or they just said, this is the direction that we went with that.
Yeah, it's possible. They brought back Pigeon Pete, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pigeon Pete, and you guys will have to let me know, but Pigeon Pete is a comic character. I don't remember seeing him in the 87 cartoons or in the movies or anything like that, so that's exciting. I think that's really cool that they're paying homage to these characters from other universes that are not necessarily on TV, and now they're on TV. So I think that's dope. And then how do you feel about new characters like Bishop and Rod? Rod almost seems kind of like a new age Baxter Stockman, kind of, right?
Like a bratty,
not nerd,
boy,
not hella brainiac, but I mean he's got money.
Right.
He's a side guy. He wants to be that guy, right? Baxter wants to be that dude, but he'll never be that dude.
I like his character, and I also like the fact that they appear to pair him with Mikey, and they seem like they're on like the same level, wavelength, or whatever with the way they're. What? But he's not here yet.
He's not here. Yeah, he's not here.
Yeah, they did that in the movie, right? Where they became hella cool, but now they have this new person, and it will be interesting to see how. I don't think he's going away. I think him and Mikey are probably gonna be buds through the whole season.
Through the whole series.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would be okay with that.
At least season 1.
I like Rod.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him. He's a funny character, which is another good point. The reason why I had that thumbnail is because I'm not hearing anything from the Ninja Turtle community.
Nothing.
About what they think about this series.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, nothing. You guys like it or you don't like it? Nobody's saying anything, which makes me think.
I would be concerned if anyone said they didn't like it.
The people that are going to say they didn't like it, I feel like are going to be the same people that said they didn't like the movie.
Which is stupid. Yep.
Sure.
Yeah, you didn't like that movie? Q.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I went there. No, there's absolutely no reason to like that movie if you have an open mind.
An open mind.
Right.
Sure. Yeah.
I remember we saw that. I think we saw one review or somebody who was like, I didn't like the movie because the Ninja Turtles, when I grew up, they were supposed to be about integrity and love and all that, and they were stealing Dorito chips, you know. And I'm just like, what are they supposed to walk into their nearest 7-Eleven and be like, hey bro, can I get those chips back there? Can I get a pack of cigarettes? And let me get that bottle of water. That's not gonna happen.
I mean, you can't expect the Ninja Turtles to have jobs, right?
They were hiding. They were hiding.
This is true. I will agree with this. Overall, in general, I think the series, like the movie, the Mutant and Mayhem movie, because it's all within the same people, I feel like this is a good fit for children, cartoony,
yes.
And I feel like it's a good fit for adults.
Yes.
The humor, the sarcasm in this, I think is great. I'm really digging the art design.
Yes, I agree.
It's kind of like a comic book feel, right? Well, we already know that from the movie, but it looks more sketchy on this, like more like.
I would say like the funding wasn't as much.
Do you think it was funding? I think it was deliberately.
You think it was intentional not to look like the movie?
Yeah.
Either way, not
know.
talking ish. It looks awesome.
I think it looks great.
Yeah, I think it looks great.
And then how about the scene where it looked like it was straight out of a Super Nintendo game?
That was dope. I was really I was feeling that. It looked like I was watching like Final Fantasy 2 or 3 or something. Just, old school RPG game.
Yeah.
The way they did that. And then they did the like the talking scenes, or like the person would kind of fly in, and the other person would fly in, and you had to read it, even when they were reading it. But that was still like that was really cool.
I felt like the whole team did a fantastic job, and I hope that they bring that back in other episodes. But remember, we've only seen the first 5 episodes as of right now.
7 more to go.
As of this recording, because this will probably come out a month later after I recorded it. But
we'll be done.
Yeah,
hopefully.
that scene where the first 5, where it looked like it was straight out of a video game. I feel like they were really trying to tap into their audience. Like, look, this is for you guys.
Yeah.
This is for you old school gamer Ninja Turtle fans. This is for you guys.
And they nailed it.
They nailed it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they freaking nailed it. What do you think about Splinter? Remember, we've only seen the first 5 episodes.
So my first impression on that is that there was either they couldn't get a hold of, or there was some type of contract disagreement with Jackie Chan. And so they came up, rather than revoicing, they came up with another way to do a voice.
It wasn't a voice.
It wasn't a voice. Yeah, it was like, this is the way he talks now.
Really? They called it Varmin Talk?
Varmin Talk, yeah. They had 1 scene, maybe 2 scenes with it, doing it, and you're just kind of like, all right.
Why? I wouldn't.
Maybe they're leaving the door open for Jackie Chan to come back, and so maybe rather than revoicing the characters so they don't jump back and forth.
Or you could just give the new voice character hair. This is like a part-time job until Jackie Chan comes back, but.
Which is, like, in my experience, like, that's like not a thing. It's either you move on, or I guess you come up with something else and leave the door open.
Speaking, though.
No, he wasn't. That was weird. That was kind of like the only moment that I had.
I felt like the way that they started this season was with them talking about the people we're all talking about. The Ninja Turtles are heroes. Mm-hmm. Made it seem like this was a continuation from the movie, right? Because remember when they saved everyone, then instead of being scared of the Ninja Turtles, everyone was like, they're heroes.
Well, yeah, the last episode we showed that, because that's why Bishop was pissed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I'm saying how they started the first season. So the reason why I bring that up is because after watching Mutants and Mayhem, I enjoyed it. I was open-minded to a new type of turtles. This is not for my generation, it's for the young generation, something different. My only thing was Splinter. I had an issue with Splinter. Splinter's always been a badass. He's freaking
he didn't look like an old,
Yeah, he is about that life. Honestly, I feel like 1987 and 2012 Master Splinter are my favorite Splinters, because that dude is one to be reckoned with, right?
Yeah.
So, from watching him from Mutants and Mayhem, where he was just like a nothing. I was going to say a lot of things and I had to get my words together. It wasn't appropriate. He was a nothing, and then he did end up saving them at the end, which was great. But
busted out skills.
He was a nothing, and I'm just like,
he was like an old scaredy little
Splinter.
Yeah.
So then we start this series, and he can't even talk.
He was talking. We just didn't understand him.
I was varmint.
What?
I would really appreciate a stronger Master Splinter presence. I would love to see a Master Splinter that
I don't think we're going to get that.
People are scared of.
No, we're not going to get that. They've already set who he is.
That's my only problem. Well, yeah, the nigga can't talk right now. Like, god damn.
He can't talk. How is he supposed to? He's going to show with a bad guy. They're going to be like,
okay.
Like, what?
Shut up, dude. That's my only thing. If I was going to say anything, like, it's the Master Splinter thing. Otherwise, I'm loving the story. I'm loving the humor. I'm loving the sarcasm. I'm loving the artwork. I love the design.
I love the artwork. Yep.
Especially, I love how not only does it look like it's hand sketched, but we also have scenes where, they have it sliced up so it looks like we're reading out of a comic book. And then with that whole video game part,
spot. Yeah.
That
really
looked
cool.
great. I really feel like they're doing a good job tapping into the old heads as well, keeping us entertained.
Yeah.
But also a newer, series for the newer generation of turtle fans.
Got your loud ass dog in this.
Yeah, the snoring is not neither of our bodies. My dog is right here.
Put him up ugly.
Yeah, he's making sounds. So overall,
I'm hooked.
You would want to see the
rest of it. I have to. Yeah.
We won't do a review on the rest of them, but I think we both agree that we definitely want to continue and watch.
Unless
the
the
rest
people
of it.
want it.
Well, yeah. Make sure you like and comment and tell us if you want us to
finish out the series and do another one. We'll do it.
We will, but I don't really have anything negative to say, which is weird. Why we're not hearing a lot of feedback from the turtle community on their thoughts on the Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, I was like, oh crap, this came out earlier this month. I didn't even realize it. I was like, no one has said a damn thing about it. So
I was on vacation.
Well, hopefully you get this out soon enough. You'll be the first.
Well, yeah, maybe. Well, I'm sure it's out there, but maybe not enough people have. The algorithm is just like, no,
nope.
That's
trash.
It's not worth anyone seeing this. What do you think about the villains so far that we've met, or been introduced to?
I mean, realistically, it's just been Bishop's and her robots. So Mechazoids. There you go. I mean, for what we've seen so far, it's all that's needed because it explains once you see the Turtles episodes and then you see them, the Mechazoids, and then you see who created them, and then you see why she's pissed, and then that's kind of where we stopped. I think. And then they touched on the Superfly from the movie. Yeah, I don't know. That's all you need at the moment. And then we have to finish out the series to see if they introduce anyone else. But I'm looking forward to
how
Metalhead.
They kind of seem kind of badass.
It's interesting because they seem maybe overpowered because each turtle is like significant, like really scared of them. I mean,
they are scared.
You got Leonardo and he's got his two swords, and instead
Why
of like
did it take him so long to
use like
goddamn
he had
katana?
That was kind of pissed me off. He had one sword, one katana in the back, and he was only holding one, and he was just like running with one, and then something happened with the other one, and then he forgot that he had one, and he busted it out.
He's a teenager.
Yeah, I guess I don't know.
But not necessarily a leader though. Just saying. I'm just saying, how do you forget that you have weapons to destroy stuff?
Because, again, he was scared, and the Mechazoids were, a sub-villain that is stronger than what we're used to seeing.
It's true. They are. I mean, I don't remember who was in the subway. Donatello?
Yes.
Yeah, it was Donatello. And that freaking Mechazoid still, latched on to the other cart.
He's all bouncing on the tracks.
And kept going. Like the Mechazoids are pretty strong. I think for villains, these are pretty cool. And what do you think? The way that we ended Donatello's, the birth maybe of Metalhead, maybe.
Yeah, that was a nice touch. I saw that they made sure before they cut away they put the bandana on it. So I was like, I saw him when he was like, I need to work on this, and I was like, Metalhead.
That's Metalhead. Yeah. So I like how they're tying it in, and then it's making sense to me now because I've already done the review on Playmates Mix and Match Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and remember I'm talking about these characters,
yeah,
and I'm like, who the is Mechazoid? I'm not knowing who this is, and I'm just like, okay, we got a freaking Mechazoid, like whatever, and I didn't know, but then we had the scene where the Mechazoid took his arm off and put another
one
piece on from a bicycle.
Was that intentional? Probably.
Yeah. But I don't know. I guess maybe the
to tie it in together
after the series.
Usually that happens, but
It's a Mechazoid. But that's basically it. Quick little review from us, our first perception. We just binge watched the first 5 episodes. We're definitely in it to watch the rest of them, right? For sure. If I was just gonna base it off those first 5 episodes, what would you say? Would you give it a yay or nay?
Oh, yay. Yay.
Totally a yay. I think this is a good series for adults and children, old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fans, young Teenage Mutant Ninja fans. They're gonna love the cartoons. They're gonna love the effects. We're gonna love the sarcasm. We're gonna love the tribute and homage to the names that we know from other universes, comics, cartoons, movies. I think they're doing a fantastic job. Yeah, we're gonna keep watching, right?
Yep, and hope for season 2.
Hope for season 2. I'm Queen G22.
Be like Black Mike 5.